Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Micromix Studio. Today's video is by request. Let me show you guys how I'll set up my DAW to mix down a record through the summing mixer. Here I'm using Pro Tools, but this works with any digital audio workstation that has groups and buses. Oh yeah, this record is called Like That. Shout out to South Peasy and Semi. Check it out. So right now this whole song is being mixed to the main two outputs. So on this session I have one 808, I have a kick drum, a snare, 3 hi-hats, 1 open hi-hat, a tambourine, here's like a little bell, electric bass, a plug guitar line, wah-wah guitar line, distortion guitar. Then I got Peasy's verse, 1 background track, and then 1 more ad-lib track. Since I'm summing it to 8 outputs, I made 4 extra buses right here. So right here I just have 4 group outs, and I'll assign these to my outputs on my summer. So when I set up my channels for summing, I set it up like how I used to do on the analog boards. Now 8 channels is not really a lot of channels for summing, but I still use the same principles that I did before. So I always have 1 bus for drums, so that's 2 channels left and right. Now if it's 1 artist, I just use 1 bus for vocals. Sometimes if it's more than 1 artist, I'll use 2 buses. But for this one, I'll just do it on 1 stereo track. It's not a lot of keyboard parts on this song, but I do have some guitars. So I'll put the guitars on channel 3 and 4 of the summer. I'll name this the music bus. Now I have 3 stereo buses assigned for 2 channels each. So 2 for drums, 2 for the music, and 2 for the vocals. Usually for the last channels, I use that for the low end. So I'll put the 808 on 1 channel, and I'll have the electric bass on another channel. And on the summer, I'll let that go straight up the middle. So okay, let's assign some channels. So I'll assign the 808 channel to the low end, and I'll pin it all the way to the left so it comes out of channel 7 on the summer. These all go on the drum bus. This bell will go on the music bus. Now this bass is the other side of my low end, so I'll pan it to the right side and assign it to the low end. And all my vocals, I'll put that on the vocal bus. So by splitting it up this way, I can keep a balance between the drums, the music, and the vocals, and the bass, all the way down to right before I print the track. If I need to change the balance of the snare drum, I'll just change that on the track. But if I need the overall drums, I could just change it here on the group channel. So I'll blend the drums even further and put a bus compressor on here before this is mixed. Now I'm all set up for the mix, but I don't have any effects on the track yet. Most of the time I have a couple reverbs and a delay for sure. So if I have a reverb on a snare drum, the reverb effect gets sent to the same output as the drum bus. If I have a reverb on the vocals, the output of that same vocal reverb comes out on the same vocal bus, and so on. All of the audio goes through the summer, comes back from the SSL bus compressor into the Rosetta AD, and it comes back into a track on Pro Tools. So the final mix sounds like this.
Yeah. It's your boy South Peasy on the track. You know they say, when you the best at something, you don't have to try hard, you just do what you do, and everybody love it. But shit, I'm already like that.
What else can I say? I'm like that. What else can I say? I'm like that. What else can I say? I'm like that. What else can I say? I'm like that.
Most of y'all see me and hate much, that's cool, I need some folks, y'all be keeping me on my toes. So when I'm on my way to the store to get my great Dutch and Henny, I take my semi, cause Bammers be jacking in the city. Where I'm from is plenty of marks with Slimmy, be riding dirty on them 20s. I park, getting out my ride, taking what's on my side with me. I'm smart, ain't got no beef, but I'm a shooter and I'm sharp. So don't too many wanna spark or get too near me in the dark when I got jewels on. Respect my gangster and my bark, I pay my dues home. It's time to take it out the park, now put your shoes on. Let's take a walk, shit, we ain't gotta turn the news on. We in the hood, stay out that chalk, that dead and gone. That could be me, but I'm still here, so am I headstrong? Or am I dead wrong? Or am I head on? I get my bread on, so the feds with a about a dread long.
What else can I say? I'm like that. What else can I say?
far as the physical connections, here's how that's set up. My audio interface is the Focusrite Pro 40. It has 10 analog outputs, and I have the first 8 outputs wired into the patch bay right here. Right below that on the patch bay is the D-Box inputs. So when no cables are connected to the first 8, everything goes straight through to the D-Box inputs. Right now I have the Art Pro VLA inserted into 5 and 6. I'm using that for the compression for the vocals. The D-Box summing out comes out here and it goes into the SSL, and the SSL comes back into the Rosetta AD right here. When I'm summing through the SSL, I connect 8 cables to the first 8 outputs on the patch bay, and I bring it into the SSL 6. On the 6, I'll use channels 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and usually external 1 and 2 for the last 2 channels, 7 and 8. Now on here, I just use the D-Box for summing, and I showed the connection for the SSL 6. On this record, it was 8 channels sum using the D-Box. Now the dangerous D-Box levels are preset, so when I do recall, it's pretty easy. Before I do any summing on the SSL 6 mixer, I send tones to every channel, and I set the gains on each channel so they all match. If you want to see a video about sending tones to the SSL before summing, let me know in the comments. You can follow me on Instagram at dragonfly_bry. Be sure to check out Dragonfly Bry's SSL drums at micromix.com. I have it available as 24-bit waves and as an MPC expansion pack. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. Check back every week for new videos. Thank you for watching. Peace.